So, Sunbreak finally got its first title update. And honestly, I actually have a lot of things to say in this video. Like, quite a lot. Quite a lot. And listen, right off the bat, I'll say I like it a lot. Like, this is a big update. It's probably the biggest update I think Rise in general has had so far. So bam, we're gonna get into this real quickly. So Anomaly Research Lab is actually a really grindy elder melder, basically. I do like the research requests. It's kind of like something that you'd see in World. It's not necessarily dailies, but it gives you a reason to grind, and it gives you a reason to hunt a specific target. But also being able to get mantles now. They're pretty expensive, but you know, with the grind, it's not too bad. So honestly, I like this a lot. So next up is the curious weapon crafting. Curious, I think it's pronounced curious, which is, it's fucking funny. But yeah, so basically you pay for the initial upgrade. You use some basically augmented parts from monsters or afflicted parts, and you pay for that initial upgrade on the weapon. And then from there, you're able to customize it. It's basically good old augmentation. The augmentation we're used to. So basically, the only thing missing here, I would say, is health augmentation. But you don't need that, considering we have several skills that can kind of do that for you now. So I'm actually glad there's no health augmentation. But I do like how customizable this is. This is super duper fucking customizable. I really enjoy this. And it just adds more customization to your weapons. It makes in-game more enjoyable for that shit. So, yeah, this is actually really good. Now, what people don't like so much is the curious armor crafting. For a very specific reason, too. And that reason is, well, first off, you do the same thing for the initial upgrade. The only real difference is, when you try to augment your armor, it's random. So basically, you use these amber essences. You have a regular amber essence and an amber essence plus. And these two are the most important parts for this. And basically, your augmented stats are random. As you can see on the right, this is pretty much what the outcome would be. But you have a choice. And if you don't want that augment, you don't have to get that augment. But you will use up your essences as a result. So basically it's gacha. Yeah, it's gacha, I guess, but not nearly as bad as actual gacha, because this is just getting you to play the game more as opposed to getting real life money out of you. So it's not that bad. But yeah, basically I personally don't mind the randomness. I think this gives me more time to play. I mean, at least the weapons aren't random. I think that's more important. I think the armor stuff is, I think it's fine random. I don't have an issue with it, but I do understand why a lot of people do have an issue with the randomness. But here's the thing though, you can actually also have core skills from a set be taken away, or maybe have a point stripping off for, you know, let's say for like these 2 extra slots up here, which basically gives me one big ass 3 slot, but I get critical eye -1, which in theory could work because I can just add that in and then add more stuff on top of that. It's not that bad, but I can see why people hate it. And then we have the Anomaly Investigations, which is basically a mixture of investigations from World and a mixture of guild quests from MH4 and MH4U. And yeah, I think this is pretty cool too, but I haven't explored this as much as I wanted to yet. So it seems like the higher up you go, the more random the conditions become. So when you first start this grind, it's not going to seem that random at first, and you may be a little confused. But the higher you go, the more random it definitely becomes. But also, I hear that when you get to around level 80, or maybe 80 or 81, that's when you actually unlock the Anomaly 5-star quest to get the additional Anomaly monsters, from what I've heard. That's a grind. And that's not even bad. It's just a grind. You gotta work. That's that. So now, I talk about my favorite parts of this update. Having the tower map back, or at least a portion of it, because I don't think we're gonna get the Gen 2 portion of the tower back anytime soon or ever. But god fucking damn, this place looks so good. And I'm a 3rd gen baby, so I started off with 3U, so I got used to this map real quick back in what, 2013? Yeah, man, it just looks good even in the daytime. I love the way it looks, and I love the changes they made to the arena as well. Even the name, the Forlorn Arena, like it just, I love this place. Also the theme, the remix theme sounds great. Then on top of that, so Basil, right? We got Nuclear Basil Boy back, and I only fought him once so far, so I don't have too much to say about him. But the fight was pretty good. Like, he's not that annoying. In fact, I think regular Basil is more annoying. And also, this scene just cracked me the fuck up. I don't know. This shit is fucking hilarious. But man, Nuclear Basil. I just call him Nuclear Basil, but yeah, he's alright. He's alright. I'll have more impressions later. But Lucent Narga, oh man. Lucent Narga's fight is so fucking good. Like, they've made so many great changes to his fight, and also added a frontier move or two to this monstrous fight. So a lot of frontier stuff is coming over in this game, and I hope to see more of it. And maybe with the next game too, I hope to see more frontier stuff come over, and more frontier music. Please bring that shit over. Did I also mention that there's actually more follower quests too? They added more, which means we're probably going to get even more in the next update. We might even get event follower quests. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, this is pretty cool. So if you want to hunt the new monsters with your followers, you can do that as well. So yeah, like this update is beefy, man. There's a lot of stuff to do, and this is setting the foundation, the core foundation for the end game of Sunbreak. And this is only the first title update, and we have several. Several. That's a word, all right. That's several. Very divisive word in the community. But yeah, I love this update a lot. Like, I know there are a lot of people who aren't too satisfied. I don't want to say dissatisfied, but they're just not feeling it that much. This title update isn't bringing them back to the game as much as they'd hoped, and you know, I can't relate. I'm actually having a ton of fun with this update, man. Like, I want more. Give me more of this. Just give me more. That's what I want. But yeah, Gold Rathian is also really fun. I only fought Silver Rathalos once. I can't say too much, but both of their fights are actually different. They're not copy and pasted from Iceborne, which, because they're both Gen 5 games, you would probably think that's what they do. But this team, don't sleep on this Monster Hunter team, man, because that's not what they did. They actually remixed their moves a lot. They're completely different fights than they were in the last game. So yeah, that's really good. On top of that, yes, there's still a lot of stuff I need to do in this update. There's still a lot of stuff we need to uncover as a community, especially when it comes to the Anomaly quest, the Anomaly Research quest. There's a lot of stuff we need to discover here. Like, what's the exact level that we unlock the 5-star tiers, which I'm hearing it's 80, 81, but we'll see. And just a bunch of other stuff that I personally haven't gotten to mess around with. I haven't been able to play with friends with this update yet, because I feel like a lot of my friends have disappeared for the past 2 days. Not everyone, but like, you know, I kind of miss playing with the whole gang. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so in the coming days, or maybe in another week, I'll have another, not an impressions video, but I'll go over some more stuff from this update once the community comes up with more answers, because we're gonna need that. But so far, yeah, this is promising, and you know, this is good. This is real good. So yeah, bye.